Good afternoon, Rob Woodgate here with the Famil Club. This is VIP Videos. Today our guest is Bernie Walsh from BBX up on the Gold Coast. Welcome, Bernie.
Good afternoon, Robert. Thanks for having me on.
Now, a lot of people may not be familiar with BBX. Yeah, maybe you could introduce yourself and explain what Business Barter Exchange is all about.
Absolutely. Robert, I'm the Queensland State Manager with BBX. Now, what we do, we act as an external marketing arm for our businesses. We only have exclusive businesses. We've got about 50,000 worldwide. We've been going 25 years in 11 different countries. So we act as a marketing arm. We bring them new business they wouldn't have had. And then we act as their external purchasing agent as well. So the great thing is we maintain if we can bring an extra 5, 10, maybe 15% increase in their sales, okay?
Yep.
And then offset between 5 and 15% of their existing cash expenditure. So that impacts the profitability of the business considerably. So, their focus is still on the mainstream cash business, but we, with our digital platform, act as that we bring those additional sales for them, and we seem to do that very well from multiple different businesses and industries.
Right. I should mention that I've been a member of BBX for 10 years. I've used it in my business, trading the email marketing that I do for BBX trade dollars, then utilizing those to do sales trips, staying at hotels, motels, restaurants, and various other things that are on BBX. I'm curious to know how this virus and the shutdown, the isolation may affect us, and how we can then increase the use of barter when there won't be too many dollars around after the shutdown.
Exactly, and this is what we do. We act as we come up with business solutions for our members. Okay, so I'll give you an example. We recently had an event, and I invited some speakers. One was an expert in marketing, sales, and advertising, and the other one was an expert as an accountant with government stimulus packages. He's recently written a book on that. So we were able to bring these experts in and talk to our members about how they can be more effective, more profitable, and bring in more cash business through their association with BBX. So, and I honestly believe that those that are preparing now are going to be streets ahead of those that aren't when we get back to normal, whatever that looks like. So, these guys are putting digital packages together for our members. They're upgrading their websites. They're upgrading their presence on social media, their point of sale material, and all these sorts of things. And there's certain benefits under the tax stimulus benefits there as well, Robert, which is very interesting. And that's why we bring the experts in to advise on that. So not only are they able to upgrade their business and be more effective in the marketplace, but also they pay it back with their goods and services, not their cash. So, it makes good sense to do that. And as you're probably aware in your industry, Robert, the first thing that most businesses do when there's a downturn economy is scale back their advertising and marketing because of the lack of cash flow. Yeah. So these our members are able to use an interest-free credit line and any BBX credits to be able to just do that. And it's not interfering with their cash flow, and it's helping to promote them in the cash economy to bring in more cash business. Makes good sense, wouldn't you agree?
I totally agree. Having been a member for 10 years, yes, that's absolutely right.
Well done.
I found that obviously you can use it instead of cash as an individual like me, a sole trader, going out and purchasing small items, whether it's a bed for the night, a restaurant meal, or, as a lot of people may not be aware, you can use it for real estate, for all sorts of other major products. Actually,
Yes.
we've had a meeting recently on real estate, and maybe you can enlighten me.
Yeah, well, that's where it becomes very interesting, Robert. I've got an accountant that has bought multiple properties. Now he pays that back with additional sales and customers we bring him, and he uses the interest-free credit line as well. So that makes, if you can pay your deposit on your property with BBX dollars, and then able to have the tenant pay back the borrowings on a mortgage, it pretty much becomes a standalone, transaction. So it means that the actual BBX component helps to qualify for the finance, and the cash proportion is serviced by the tenants in the property. So we have members that have bought multiple properties and built a property portfolio. Sorry, portfolios
Yes.
by using BBX, So it's, and we're turning over about $1 million worth of property every month. We have about 1,000 properties listed. So as you said, you can get anything from a massage to a penthouse on BBX, depending on what your needs and wants are in your business.
And not just in Australia, it's worldwide nowadays.
Yes, correct. We're in 11 different countries, and we have properties in Thailand and different areas of the land. We've had Ireland and France come on most recently. We're in the UK, we're in New Zealand, and on it goes. Yeah.
I used bed, breakfast, and dinner in the UK for 14 days whilst I was over in Cornwall, and
Excellent.
that was in the height of summer in July in the UK, when usually you would find it difficult to get a room anywhere. But when they realised there was 3 of us wanting dinner, bed and breakfast for 14 days, they thought, this is a sizable deal, it's worth looking at. So
Fabulous.
we scored well with that. But
yes. And that was a good cash saving for you, Robert, on your trip. So, we find that members are actually able to upgrade their trips or their holidays because they're paying for it on BBX, and they're conserving that valuable cash, and paying it back with their goods and services.
It was not only a great cash saving, I also happened to be the youngest person in this hotel where they had 80 people in their 70s and 80s. I got several proposals.
Fabulous.
Because I was
double bonus.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yes, it's amazing what can happen if you're traveling, and sometimes if you can save a couple of $1,000, it makes the rest of the trip thoroughly worthwhile.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel the video conferencing is going to go? Because you recently had a video conference attracting quite a number of people regarding real estate.
Yeah, well, we have different themes for our conferences. They may be the government stimulus package, it may be advertising and marketing on BBX. We had one yesterday that was on real estate, specifically for real estate. We had members Zoom in from Singapore, all around Australia, multiple members. There was just under 50 members, and that was our first real estate Zoom event. So that wasn't a bad start, and that will increase, I believe. We'll build on that. And I believe there's been an offer on one of the properties within 24 hours of that Zoom. So it's a great way of communicating. It's very effective, very cost effective, very time effective. And we're certainly going to build on that in our business, even more than we have in the past,
Okay, so having a look at what BBX has done nationally in Australia, and what the isolation and lockdown has done, can you see us improving the number of accommodation places and restaurants? Because they're going to be in trouble when they open in 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks or whenever it is. They'll be cash strapped, and they're not going to have a lot of money to get their staff back on board, let alone pay for advertising.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what we're advising our members now in hospitality is to use your BBX dollars to get your marketing plan in place, increase your imprint in social media and your websites, etc. Upgrade those so that you're ready when things open up. The other thing is that, because there's an interest-free credit line on every account, that's a great way to reduce cash costs. I'll give you an example. There's a restaurant on the Gold Coast here, and the owner had multiple businesses. He had an accountancy bill for $20,000. That was for the year. So I put him in touch with, it was through one of our events, with an accountant that we have in the system, and the accountant took that $20,000 BBX. Okay, so that was great. That meant that the restaurant had $20,000 left in his bank that he wouldn't have had at the end of the financial year. The accountant was able to pick up a new member, a new customer, directly through our association. So the thing is, you'll say, well, okay, what does the accountant do with the $20,000? So this accountant invested that and other trade into investment property and increased his property portfolio. But the interesting thing is, Robert, we've got to ask ourselves, the $20,000 BBX, what did that literally cost the restaurant in cash terms? Because he pays it back with food and drink. Agreed?
Yeah.
So his fixed overheads are already covered by his cash customers. So it's only costing him about 30 cents in the dollar to pay 30 cents cash to pay back $1 BBX for the food and drink. So that means effectively that $20,000, which he would have had to take out of the bank or pay with his credit cards or however, is only costing him $6,000 worth of food and drink to pay back. So not only is he picking up $20,000 worth of new customers, but he's purchasing a valuable professional service at a heavily discounted rate. So there's a major win-win there for all parties, and that's that's what we love to do, is put these sort of deals together for our members.
Excellent. I would like to go into a little bit of detail about the new app that's available through BBX that they can download. That will give them a much better insight to how it works. If they are interested in meeting one of the sales team in Queensland, of course, yourself, New South Wales, we've got several managers looking after different regions. They've only got to go to the BBX World website, click on get a display demo, and away we go.
It's as simple as that, really.
We're not here to take their dollars, we're here to make their dollars.
Yeah, exactly. And Robert, yes, it's as simple as that. And the transactions are done with a QR code, which is swiped by a mobile phone or an app or on a desktop. So they're very simplified, very effective. And the amazing thing is you get paid straight away.
Thank you. That's a good insight for a lot of people, I'm sure. Welcome again, and thank you for your participation in VIP video today. And let's look forward to talking again once the world's back on board.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. And for the viewers, just visit our bbxworld.com site, and there's lots more information there. Thanks, Robert. You stay safe.
You too. Thanks a lot for that. Bye.